Trying to solve my problems off this fifth of Henny. How many fucks to give lately? I'm running empty. Struggle with who I am and who I wanna be. Got these streets and these beats right in front of me.
Goodness gracious, guys. We're here. We're back for another one. It's the Coops, the Loops, the Toops, Dubs. I'm tired, I'm lired, and I'm fired up, ready for another Dragon Mage quest. In this time of the vocations, we're gonna be going over, one of the more annoying quests, but you know what, I actually do like these quests. The thing is, guys, I suck. Okay, and that's gonna be like the topic of this episode, right? You suck, I suck, we all suck at certain things, but you know, you have to do that, and you have to go through the suck. To blow, I don't know what that means. To blow up, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people kind of downplay and neglect and ridicule your suckness, your vacuum capabilities. And this time we're just getting better, at everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to rule the world. So one level frame. Monster at a time. We will make it. But let me stop rambling, platituding on, monologuing my intro. It is the Koopa. This is the solo quest where we solo the whole fucking game, using all my characters that you get with the regular subscription. You get 3 characters, and then we have a pet, which is this weird bat motherfucker that I have right here. 3 characters that we've been rolling with for a while. We have Smuggle on a Snowform, Leaflet, and Duran from Seikon Densetsu. I don't even know what accent that was. That was a very weird accent. But yeah, essentially today, we'll do the story spoilers first. It's not really too complex. The quest here is just getting better at Crash and defeating some enemies with the move. So essentially with this one, why I hate it and why I suck is basically, you have to kill the enemy with a specific move for these quests. And the move is Crash, and the move is very weak right now. So I have to implore some interesting techniques to do this quest. I believe you have to do it a couple of times. And the enemy in question is the Orc King. So join me while we travel the wilderness, whatever the region, the Gilzad region, whatever this place is called. I think it's called Orseko Highlands. Yes, indeed. And brutalize the fuck out of these guys. And yeah, after that, we essentially get a flashback from our good old pal, the dragon, and tells us about basically the origins of how the Dragon Mancer came to be, because this class is basically just fused with dragon blood through the lineage and descendants and whatnot. And you know, when we did the whole vocation acceptance quest, that was when our blood got infused with dragons as well. You know, I suppose spiritually or whatever. But yeah, it's basically the story, how it goes, is, you know, someone was pretty shitty at life, and they fucked up. Their pendant got, you know, put in a pit, and then they used their magic every fucking day, got 1% better, you know, slowly but surely. And when they finally succeeded, you know, they got a little bit of hubris and fucked up and fell all the way down to the pits, could not retrieve their pendant. And so, you know, I believe this is way back in the day before our dragon dude could actually talk. It was like this dissimilar. I mean, it might have been. He couldn't really communicate or get the lady out of the pit there, so he enlisted the villagers to do that. And then they all thought, you know, oh, he needs to sacrifice the child, right? Well, it's a dead kid anyway, so we'll get the kid out from the pit and give it to the dragon. And he gave it to the dragon, but the dragon did not kill the child. The dragon, because, you know, he saw them working so hard to get the stupid pendant for some reason, decided to give them the blood and you know, let them live, because for some reason that's the only thing this world respects. It's not really the the trying or the effort, but it's the results, and especially the results that lead to something, you know. And I feel like he just saw the potential of someone who loves to work, you know, who loves to grind. Honestly, that is where we find the light of life. Through this endless grind, this endless trial and tribulation, we find, you know, what truly gives us meaning. What truly gives us, happiness in life. And I think that's what, the Dragon guy had. See, I don't think he, I think he mentions this in this quest line, that it's the first smile he's ever seen. Like, whoa, that shit's crazy. I didn't think Dragon could have a different emotion. But yeah, we're all capable, man. We're all, plausible, able to do whatever we put our mind to, but I'm telling you, man, time is, it's kind of a bitch. You know, it's not gonna wait for you. It's not gonna be like, oh shit, you're not ready. I'm cool out. You know, I didn't mean to rush your bitch ass. Time is not gonna do that. It's gonna beat your ass, and it's always gonna tell you you're not doing enough. And once again, like a lot of principles in life, a lot of universal truths, you can either use it to cause your anvil and slow you down, or you can cause it to be your springboard and build you up. And I assure you, man, whatever trials and tribulations you're going through, the fact that you're here and listening to me speak, listening to my voice on this YouTube video, is a sign that there's a way the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? This is a rare YouTube pool, so I am not gonna drown you in despair, man. On these rare pools, I will always attempt, you know, to lift you up. The problem is, man, like most things, I can't really shove the water in your face. You have to drink. And the toxic positivity is not going to help anyone, especially people who, you know, actually in the rain, in my opinion. Because for me, when I'm really sad, when I really suck at things, when I'm you know, struggling to stick my head above water, hearing someone say, "Hey, buddy, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna be all right." Hearing those words pisses me the fuck off. It does. And I don't know, man. I'm a different breed. I really am. I'm a different breed. I really feel like therapy doesn't work for me, or comfort, or that shit, without action. And whenever I say that, especially to the opposite sex, they always mean, or think, it means, you know, like a sexual action or whatever the fuck. You know, it's not that. Maybe it's just, you know, my appearance and the fact that, hey, man, maybe that would be a good idea. But anyways, no, I think, just the simple act of like hugs or walks or like just acts really therapize and help me make decisions, you know? Like for some reason, most decisions made when I'm in an idle state are just not beneficial to me, really. You know, they often make me take a couple steps back. But, you know, I get up, I go outside, go on a walk, I think a little bit, you know, and suddenly the shit don't seem too big. It don't seem too complex. I'm like, you know what? Who cares? Who cares if it takes me 5 years to do what I want to do in tomorrow? You know, who cares? I'm gonna walk that path. And, you know, the fact that it's gonna take forever is gonna make it so much more satisfying. I'm glad that I suck at this move right now. I'm glad that, you know, Crash is ass. You know, we can't do shit. You know, I'm proud of myself for even trying. And, yeah, you have to hold this state for a long time of just being proud that you are a piece of shit. Because no one's gonna give you recognition for a while. For probably a lot longer than, you know, you deserve to be invisible. If that makes any sense, you know? I feel like everybody, even the people who, like, barely made it anywhere, deserve some kind of recognition. And from who? From yourself. And from God, you know? But if you don't give yourself that, then of course no one else is going to, you know, realize how great you are or whatever. And on top of that, it's just like the world we live in, man. It's so complex, it's so, you know, all-encompassing, you know, immersive, that a lot of us get lost in the fact that the options make it so that everything moves slower. You know, all progress is halted for basically everybody but those with the crazy cheating mechanisms, you know? Of course, if you can change the whole fucking game, it's gonna be easy. But for middle and lower people, you know, It's hard. It's hard. You know, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I'll tell you that. Shit don't make sense at all. There are literal demons. There are literal dragons. People with dragon blood. You know? That's why I tend to delve into these animated worlds, these video games and shit like that, because the world, it really is different nowadays. And I'm glad I have, you know, parents and grandparents who are a little bit more understanding than the average. We're still nowhere near as comfortable as we'd like to be. You know, no one's rich or anything, but they just give me grace because, yeah, small 20 years that I've been alive. Okay, almost 30 years actually that I've been alive. But you know, 20 years of adulthood, I'd say. I guess like 10 years of who cares? 20 years of technology, you know? Like from 2005, you know, or so to 2025, just the technological advancements, the you know, the metagaming of certain social movements and structures. Yeah, it's leveled up too fast, and because the world has leveled up, that just means everything's a little bit harder to do. They gotta up the experience cap. So now, to level up once, you know, you need like 1 million experience at level 30 or something. You know, they did like the Maple Story bullshit. We're back in Maple Story patch 1. Ain't nobody making it out of Victoria. Ain't nobody making it out of Victoria. Slight tangent though. That is probably what gave me the most trust issues with video games and just people in general. Maple Story, yeah. Was not my first MMO. That was RuneScape, but Maple Story was very early on, and I had a lot of trust in that game. It was very cute. It was very lovable. It was very adorable. But I got too into the meta, man. I got too deep into the meta, and then you know, the whole thing about the damn orbs came out. I got very sad. Nothing is real. But that's Nexon. You know, that's some companies. And who cares, man? You roll the dice every day. You know, it's the same thing with these gambling sites and stuff like that. Like, I mean, I don't know if anything can be proven, but if I was a casino owner, I'd just give you motherfuckers $100 when you walk in, and up all the rates for like the first 100 pulls, and then I wouldn't tell you that they go back to normal. And quote unquote normal would be like -500 chance that you will succeed. I wouldn't tell you that though. But that's just me. And that's just, I feel like, what any logical person who loves money and has thousands of people under him to feed, as well as himself, would do, you know? And I feel like this is just my humanitarian self speaking, but you know, I have to give these people a little bit of grace because, like I said, they do have a lot of people under them. So the money is just not siphoning directly to them, you know? I really am not mad at these huge millionaires because they have a family, they have an upkeep, they have, you know, things to work towards, you know? I'm just grateful that, you know, I may be poor, I may suck, you know, I may have nothing to live for, but the good part of that, I have nothing to live for. See, the thing is, guys, being free, you know, it doesn't really exist as long as you care about things, as long as you have responsibilities. And for the longest of times, I suppose that, you know, having any kind of person to elope with would sort of bring that ball and chain with me. So that's why I kind of avoided that, you know. But yeah, over time you realize, man, it's like it's a slippery slope. You know, it's a slippery slope. You can't just avoid responsibility for your entire life because, you know, I suppose someone had to have that responsibility on this earth in the first place. You know, you're just sort of shooting yourself in the foot to not push on that path and allow someone else to sort of take your place. But that's the thing, man. We've become a very selfish society. Indeed. There are good parts to that, and there are bad parts to that. But I'd say in general, it wouldn't be that bad if we were just kind of more conscious about it. It wouldn't be a huge issue if people just accepted the fact and took accountability for their bullshit. But yeah, man, a lot of times, people don't want to hold themselves up by their own bootstraps. You damn boomers. And I feel like that's what really ruins it sometimes, man. It's like, what the fuck are we really doing here? We're just drowning in taxpayer money? We're just waiting for someone to save us? No, man. Guy or girl, you know? There are just so many options, like I said. There's 8 million ways to make it, and you have literally no excuse, man. Like, the model is there for millions and millions of people who have done it, you know? And essentially, the rest of us are just scraping and scrambling, when in reality, you don't have to. Anything you do can do it. I'm not even joking about it. Like, there's very few things in this world that can't be productive. People just don't want to take the time to fucking delve into that shit. I'm not saying you have to work yourself like a stupid dog. You just have to do something. Like, I don't understand why there's a drove of people that just think, you know, I could. And you know what? It might. That's the annoying thing. That's the annoying thing. And you can work super fucking hard. You still might never get shit. Either way, you gotta accept that reality. I am just someone who actually likes working. You know, I like sitting down and editing while I'm doing it. You know, it's hard to get up and do it though. I like working out, you know, of course, while in the middle of it. But like, just like everything, man. You know, I'm not perfect. There are multiple nights, mornings, afternoons where I'm like, I just don't fucking feel like it. I don't like it. I'm just gonna fucking smoke some weed. I don't care. I don't do this bullshit. It's trash. But yeah, it's obvious what we need to delve into. What we need to actually go towards is what annoys us the most at that certain time. You know, if this is something that you really want to do for the rest of your life, you really gotta realize when you're grumpy, lumpy, don't want to do shit. That's the most important time to do it. You're building that stone, setting that standard for growth. Once again, I'm gonna say this name every fucking time. I hope it pisses you off when I say it too. Everything is a choice. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. Especially with the way the fucking taxes work. I'd say your wisest choice, if you're like teetering in the middle, like, oh, I don't know, man, maybe I should grind really hard, but maybe I should just be a degenerate. Be a degenerate. Degenerate all the way. As a matter of fact, be a double degenerate. Because if you're in the middle, man, you're not going to make it in this other side. You might as well go 110%, maybe even 210% into degenerate mode. And then when you realize, holy shit, degenerate mode doesn't give me anything long term, then you can start. But all this hovering in the middle bullshit, that's how you crash out at like 35. That's how you realize at 50 that your life has gone nowhere. That's how everything goes super fast but super slow at the same time. Is when you're hovering in the middle. You don't do that shit, man. You don't do that shit. Too many people just think it's okay to hover in the middle. It's not. It is not. You either make the decision to start climbing the steps, or you know, what's that skit from Family Guy where it's like and the guy's falling down the stairs? Stewie pushes him down the stairs. I don't know. It's like that, you know? Maybe I'll throw some clips in here, like next year or something. I feel like having this be more of a clip show would be funny, but I'm also very lazy. See, this is the whole editing thing. I like editing. You know, there's this minuscule amount that I do right now. It works for me, but like, we gotta ramp up because Jesus Christ, man. My back hurts, and then I'm so fucking annoyed with the damn DaVinci tools, and See, I like editing, but I don't like it. And yeah, all you need to do is really worry about just getting incrementally better every day. Just 1%, man. That's 1%. It's not that deep. You don't need to worry about anything but your next move. At least that's what I do, man. Because a lot of times, I just have these crazy visions or plans or just, you know, life models that I have to. Well, I don't know. I see, there it is. There's my, you know, I inquire to test out, you know? But, It just depresses me, you know, living in the future or going back to the past. The only time I'm really happy is when I'm like right here in this moment, in this time, talking to you guys, talking to myself, talking to whoever, playing some games, gooning it out. Whenever I'm right fucking here, that's when it's the best. You know, every other time it's just trash. You know, all this planning and all this neurosising and ruminating over who wronged me or who righted me or it's useless energy, useless trash energy that honestly will not allow you to truly grow and truly get better at what you want to get better at. So guys, focus up, you know, focus up, breathe up, get some movement in there. I know movement always helps me with making decisions, you know what I'm saying? And movement will help you with the negative thoughts, the negative neurosis. So you know what, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get a sub. Let's play some music. Let's jam out. I love you. I appreciate you. And like this video too. Like this video. Give a little sub, give a little like.
Should I kill this nigga or should I let him slide? If I don't, he double back. We got family ties. If I do, I can't rap. That's suicide. This nigga telling, turn you to felons. 25.